Good morning, Maryland. I'm meteorologist Lynette Charles. Let's take a look at what's going on this morning. We actually do have a coastal flood advisory that's in effect until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. I want to point out some areas because we do have plenty of colors on the map this morning. This is the coastal flood advisory until 2 o'clock. So where are we talking? We're talking about the eastern shore, and we're also talking about southern Baltimore County and also in Anne Arundel County. So what we're going to be contending with as we continue through the rest of today, really we have that high tide coming in and also the winds, that onshore flow. So that's why we do have that coastal flood advisory. Back off towards the west, though, they're going to be dealing with a winter weather advisory and also a wind chill advisory across that area as well. Let's take a look at what's going on as we look at the radar, Maryland's most powerful radar. I'm stepping out for a second so I can take you on our radar tour really quickly because we are dealing with some snow on the map right now. Some of this is hitting the ground, some of it's not, so tweet me, let me know, Facebook me, let me know what you're seeing in your neighborhood. But we do know in Hagerstown, yes, I have observations there showing that the snow is touching the ground. So it is snowing in Hagerstown, so along I-70, be careful, possibly some slick roads out there just because it's just getting wet. More areas where you're seeing the darker blue, so again, snow coming in around Tawnytown, again, maybe just light in nature at this point. And as we continue through the day, we will continue to get some light snow showers coming in here, some flurries, and also some rain coming in across the area. Remember, these temperatures right now, some spots are above freezing. I'm going to show you that in a matter of moments. We could be seeing some light flurry action around Glen Elso in Howard County, but also we're seeing some light snow coming in around Montgomery County, so around Rockville, Silver Spring, along I-270. If you're about to head out and travel in that direction, be careful. Once again, you could be seeing some slick roads. I'm thinking the roads are mainly on the wet side as of now. Let's slide on over up into Baltimore County, and you can see right around Baltimore, possibly maybe some light drizzle coming down across the area, mixing with maybe a few flurries at this point. Again, tweet me, let me know what you're seeing. But even if it's not doing anything right now where you live, it will do something I'd say, by late morning, definitely, and by this afternoon, we could still be seeing some light activity coming in across the area. As we move over towards around I-95, we could be dealing with some wet roadways there as well. Around Rising Sun, you might be dealing with some flurry action, a little bit of mixing coming in across that area. So once again, zooming out, you can see the big picture. Look at the dark blues. That's where you are definitely going to be dealing with the snow coming in across the area. Still maybe light to moderate, but steady as of now. And if you are going to be heading, I'm going to do one last zoom for you. Crossing the border, maybe along I-83, heading into York or Shrewsbury, coming in from that area, Dallastown, going into Emmitsburg, even over in East Berlin. You are dealing with some light snow coming in across that area, even over into Lancaster County as well. So once again, zooming out for you so you can see what's going on. This is going to continue to push off towards the south and east as we go through the remainder of today. So that's that. Now let's take a look at what's going on as we look outside. Yes, that's where we're going. We're going outside right now so you can see for yourself. Not a whole lot right now. So these are the time-lapse cameras. We're going to put this into motion for you so you can see what's going on in Annapolis, okay, Anne Arundel County. Not picking up on a whole lot, trying to see if at any point if we're seeing any type of light snow coming in. Not yet in this time-lapse camera here. And as we continue through the day, though, we will start to see differences. So by the time Mike and Wyatt get on the air, their time-lapse will show picking up on some type of precip that we would have seen for today. Look at Havre de Grace, those clouds out there this morning. Manchester, look what's going on here as well. We do have those clouds coming in. Some spots earlier this morning were under a mostly cloudy sky, but the bottom line is that we've been dry for much of the morning. As we look into Dundalk, still more of the same. As we continue through the day, big changes occurring. So not only big changes with some snow, with some rain, possibly some sleet mixing in, but the winds are going to get nasty and it's going to get cold out there. I'm going to talk all about that coming up, but let's take you out into Ellicott City this morning, where again, we did see a little bit of brightness, right? But clouds really overtook very quickly. And as we look at what's going on right now, not a whole lot of activity across Ellicott City. But again, if you're about to head out in the matter of like 10, 15 minutes, or just waiting for this live stream to be done, yeah, you'll start to see some changes. So be prepared. Know that that's what you're going to be walking into, or driving into, I should say more accurately. Look what's going on in Bel Air. Live weather bug camera, not a whole lot. So again, streets looking nice and dry in Bel Air right now in Harford County, so that's good. Main Street, not a problem. You can actually see a little bit of brightness in Bel Air, but again, this will continue to slide in our direction, that wet weather that I showed you. And with that, they'll get some flurries, some light snow possible, maybe even some rain mixing in as we go through the rest of the morning, late morning into the afternoon. So that's the scenario there. What's happening is waiting for that cold front to move through, and once that cold front moves through, we're going to start to have big changes in here with the weather, and what I'm talking about temperature wise and also windy conditions. So temperatures now coming in 36 degrees in Manchester. So this is really setting the stage really for what we're getting this morning. So again, some light snow possible, but also some rain possible. Look at these temperatures. They are above the freezing degree mark, but again, even when you're above freezing, you can still see some snow in the forecast. So just remember that. It's 32 degrees right now in Mount Airy, 34 in Columbia, as well as Bel Air and Chestertown, 36 in Essex, 33 in Annapolis this morning, and we're at 34 in Hanover. The city coming in at 35 degrees right now. And this is a bit of a tricky forecast because it just depends on how quickly that cold front moves in to see if we're going to warm up some. If it moves in, then no, we're not going to warm up. But if it does stay back a little bit more, then we could warm these numbers up a bit before that cold front actually moves through. So we'll just watch that. I have a high today right around 40 degrees, but we'll see how that pans out. But what we do know is that, boy, is it going to get windy as we go into the afternoon. So also like to show you this map because it has the direction of the winds on this. Now, not looking too much at the frontal passage as of now around Hanover, around Annapolis, around Essex, around Bel Air and Elkton. Still dealing with that southerly flow. What we want is a more northerly flow, a more northwesterly flow in here. That's going to be an indication of the FROPA, which is a frontal passage. We like to use that in meteorology. But also you'll notice, now look at Hagerstown. Yes, that front is through Hagerstown. You can see that northwesterly flow and those winds have picked up. So that's going to be the scenario as we continue through the day. It has not passed us yet at our viewing area at all. Again, we're still going to give it some more time. So I'd say maybe late morning hours, definitely by the afternoon, that cold front would have passed through definitely northern counties, northwestern counties. So Manchester would pass through. Mount Airy will start to get some difference in here. But by the afternoon, by the evening, that front will be through and you are going to know it. You will feel it. It's going to get windy out there and those temperatures are going to drop and it's going to feel a lot colder as well. So right now with the winds not up there that much, we're not feeling too bad except for Hagerstown. Hagerstown feels like 24 where everybody else really feels like the low 30s to maybe the upper 20s. Again, that front has not passed as of yet, but it will do so as we continue through the afternoon, evening time frame. Satellite and radar, this is what we're working with now. So this is what I showed you a little bit earlier. Boom. So that snow has been getting closer and closer to us. Again, some areas we are dealing with some snow. Some of this, even though you're seeing it on the radar, is not touching the ground as of yet. So that will continue as we go through the rest of the day. And you can see what we're working with, and all this will pass through. So again, not a whole lot of accumulation, maybe a dusting at that, but all in all, it is going to be a day, not so much in terms that you're talking about the snow, but you're going to be talking about how cold it is and how windy it is. And you know the winds always make things that much worse. Here we go with that cold front. So still not passed through, still back off towards the west. Behind it, not just cold air, but Arctic air that's going to be moving in here. And that front, that second front that comes in here as we head into Sunday, that is coming straight from Siberia, and we are going to feel it again. So if you think that the 24 that I'm forecasting for a high tomorrow is cold, wait till we get to Sunday. And I'm going to show you that in the 7-day in a matter of moments. But this is what it's going to feel like as we go more into the afternoon afternoon, evening time frame. So once that cold front gets through, this is what it's going to feel like with those winds picking up behind that front. I just showed you that. So we'll feel more like the teens as we go into the late evening hours, and then by the overnight into tomorrow morning, oh yes, we're talking about below zero numbers. So we'll be 6 below zero in Bel Air, around 6 below zero in Cockeysville, 5 below in the city, Chestertown coming in at 3. And I'm going to step out of the way so you can see. And that's what we're talking about really everywhere in Maryland. Temperatures that will be below zero. So start layering now. Yeah, that's what you should do. Start layering now, because we are going to start to really drop those temperatures and really pick up those winds. And with that, we are going to feel a lot colder as we head through the next several days. Okay, so that's just for tonight and tomorrow. We'll get a brief break as we go into Valentine's Day, but temperatures still are going to be on the cold side. But after coming from what we come from tomorrow with that high at 24, but feeling more like the teens, and that sometimes the teens and the single digits and below that, then the day on Saturday is going to feel like a heat wave. I have a temperature coming in right around 35 degrees, but that's still below average. So then we jump to Sunday, where we have that next cold front coming through. It really will come through overnight Saturday. So Saturday overnight into Sunday, we're going to be dealing with bitter cold temperatures again. And also we're going to be dealing with some windy conditions, winds gusting up to about 50 miles an hour, not out of the question. It'll feel like 10 below and even more, maybe even 15 to 20 below in some spots. And also, we'll get some snow out of this. Really not for us. We might see a shower just like we might see today. Not a big deal. No real accumulations. But once again, those same areas, if you plan on traveling to Boston, New England, they're going to get hit once again. They could be seeing up to maybe another foot of snow across that area. So yes, they cannot buy a break, whereas a lot of you want the snow. We can't buy a break getting the snow. But again, we still do have a few cracks at it, so we'll see how that goes. Still keeping my fingers crossed for you guys. ABC2's most accurate future trend goes into motion. And again, not picking up on a whole lot as we go throughout today. We'll get something in here. It's already starting to fall, but then we'll start to dry things out as we head more towards the overnight into tomorrow. And then we'll have another chance for some snow showers working their way in here as we head towards Saturday evening, overnight into Sunday. And that's when that Arctic blast is going to move right back in and reinforce the colder air that we're going to get for today. So I know you're waiting for that temperature. It's coming in that 7-day forecast. But in the meantime, this is what we're going to deal with as we continue through the rest of today. So that planner, it looks like this. So numbers are going to be, again, I'm going with a high around 40. We might make it to 40, maybe the upper 30s. We might have already hit our high. It just depends upon when that cold front comes in here. If it's slower to get in here, then yeah, we might warm up to about 40, the upper 30s across the area. But behind that front, temperatures will fall off. So by 7 o'clock, we're already talking about 28 degrees. But the actual temperatures, really not the biggest deal, because we are going to be dealing with the wind. So that 28 is going to feel more like we are in the teens anyway, and that's what you need to dress for. As we go through the next few days, this is what we have. There it is, 24 degrees. That's the high temperature for tomorrow. But once again, we will feel like we are in the teens, the single digits through the day, but early in the morning we will feel like we are in the negative numbers. So by Saturday, this is what I'm saying, that we'll get a break. We're going to be dealing with a heat wave. That's what it will feel like. That temperature coming in at 35 degrees. It's still going to be cold, so you do have to bundle up. But big changes will prevail and move right back in after Valentine's Day. Look what we have. So there's that Arctic blast. There's the temperature. We will struggle to get into the 20s. I have 19 degrees. Some areas will be below that. But look at that low temperature. So once again, 4 degrees. That's going to be your actual temperature. So you know that we're going to be well below zero by Monday morning. So we'll have to warm things up. But in the meantime, that's what we're looking at. Very cold numbers are going to be on tap as we head into the weekend. And then even Monday, still quite cold, coming in right around 25 degrees. Tuesday will be at 35. We try to rebound, but still staying below average. So you know the numbers are starting to go back up for our highs. So now we should be right around 44, 45 by that time. So we'll be a good 10 degrees below that. Our next shot for some snow in the forecast comes in here on Tuesday. More sunshine in the forecast on Wednesday, but some models are looking that we could see some snow on Wednesday as well. So definitely keep our eyes peeled for that. But Tuesday, be prepared for more snow possible in the forecast for us. Now, again, going to keep this in here because for the people that don't want the snow, look on the bright side. Don't like the cold weather. Look on the bright side. We have about 35 days until the first day of spring. So we're still counting down to the vernal equinox. So here we go. This is it for the rest of today. We're definitely going to be dealing again with very cold, very windy conditions, very dangerous conditions as well. So if you are going to be heading out and about, make sure everything is correct on your car. You have blankets, you have survival kits, that whole thing, because we are in a code blue as well. Don't forget to tweet me at Lynette from ABC2. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will see you back here first thing tomorrow morning.